Okay, so this limit gives us, root of infinity over infinity, so all kinds of problems there. Let's try to sort this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the bottom. Highest power of x is x squared. I'll factor that out, see what happens. And I'll factor it out of the numerator too. Okay, downstairs I have, just 9 here, and I got 4 up there, right? But then I have 1 over x squared down here, minus 1 over x squared there. And you can double check this by multiplying this x squared back in here, and likewise that guy back in there, to check that you have the right factorization. Okay, what's the point of that? The point is, I'm trying to remove this problem here, right? My x squareds cancel, and this technique has been very effective because this problem is gone. It's no longer infinity over infinity. This guy's going to 0. This guy is going to 0. So I get the root of 4 minus 0 over 0 plus 9, which is 2 over 3. Okay, let's try something trickier. Now looky here. Pause and copy this. We're going to be very careful here, because x is now going to minus infinity. I'd like to do something similar to what I just did. That is, I'd like to factor and cancel. Specifically, I want to take this x squared and I want to move it out. When it comes out, it'll be hopefully something that can cancel with an x down here. But when I bring it out, I got to be very careful. Very careful. So what do I do first? Well, x squared comes out. I get 2 plus 1 over x squared, all divided by. Down here, I'll factor out an x. Because again, I'm sensing that there's going to be some cancellation. This x, I'm hoping to cancel it because I got x squared under square root. I'm sensing some cancellation with this x down here. Next, careful, careful. I apply my rule for square roots. Now here is the tricky bit. The square root of x squared is actually absolute value of x. Don't believe me? Check this out. Square root of negative 3 squared gives me square root of 9, which is 3. See what I mean? Minus 3 becomes plus 3. So hopefully you're convinced of this. So we get a limit, absolute value of x, 2 plus 1 over x squared, x over 3 minus 5 over x. Now x is going to minus infinity. So what does that tell me about absolute value of x? Well, x is negative, right? This x here, I assume it's negative. So the absolute value of x is not equal to just x. Absolute value of negative 7 is not equal to negative 7, is it, right? Absolute value of x is, what we're going to do is we're going to stick another minus in front. You see how that will make it correct. Okay, absolute value receives a negative number, and it turns it into a positive number. How does it do that? Well, it's going to stick another minus in front. Double negative makes positive. So this absolute value here is negative x on top. 2 plus 1 over x squared. Now I can cancel my x's. And take away my problem, which was having infinity over infinity. Okay, that issue is gone now. So the limit can just be evaluated. I get 2 plus 0 over 3 minus 0, giving equal sign, minus root 2 over 3. Okay, now common mistake is to do this, or I guess the common mistake is to go root x squared is always equal to x. That's only true if x is bigger than or equal to 0. All right, so if you did this blindly, you would be wrong. You have to have this minus appear.